or three. We belonged to a little kind of startup community in Bloomfield. My parents schlepped 7 or 8 miles, 4 days a week, because we had Hebrew school 3 days a week, and my mother and I went to shul most weeks. And that congregation trained the girls, just as I was coming up, they trained the girl. My older cousins, girl cousins, they had Friday night bat mitzvah, but so I was trained the same way the boys were, and I did everything on Saturday morning. What I didn't know, it's a great story, is that my parents were actually very involved in that shift. My mom was the sisterhood president, and she made certain that as the conservative movement was having the conversation about women's religious equality, very delayed, I think, but they were finally having it, she made certain it got on the agenda of the congregation. And they had at the congregational meeting just the year before I would have started my training. My father was on the road, and my father was very circumspect. He didn't speak in public a lot, but he sent in a letter. And I'm one of 3 children. I have an older brother and a younger brother. And my father sent in a letter saying, I want my daughter to have the same opportunities that my sons have. And my mother, we were talking about it the other day, she made certain to read his letter last. And so the congregation, I believe it was in 77, voted for full women's religious equality. And so I had not been to a Saturday morning bat mitzvah that a girl led, and most people hadn't been aware of it. And my friend Deborah, hers was 2 weeks earlier, so she was trained in the same cohort.